Hello, we are Psychic Painters. My name is Vincent. We're here to propose a EEG BCI interface that will allow a paralyzed person to freely express their creative desires. Okay, so our aim is to allow our patients to create digital art in a similar manner that an able-bodied person would. So by acquiring accurate EEG frequencies and optimizing patients' use of the device, a patient can create works of art just as complex, abstract, or mesmerizing as a normal artist.
Hi, I'm Yurisa, and our user interface will consist of two main separate windows, the canvas and the control window. We aim for a completely immersive painting experience by including different settings in the control window, such as canvas size, brush type, color, color transparency, brush direction, and everything else you need when physically painting. Colors will also be able to be combined to create non-standard colors such as magenta and sky blue, and changes to color transparency will change the color intensity.
My name is Riley. Allow me to explain our device. Our EEG BCI system will use a standard 64-channel electrode cap with 26 to 32 electrodes on the scalp. The EEG BCI system will be optimized in order to detect the SSVEP signal, P300, beta and mu signals generated by the patient's brain. The P300 signal distribution is known to be centroparietal with high amplitude across the midline scalp. The beta and mu signals will be acquired by electrodes placed directly over the sensory motor cortex. Upon the initialization of the painting session, the user will be guided through each frame automatically to set up the default settings for the specific session.
Hi, my name is Ambrosio, and I'll be explaining a little bit more of how our interface works. So our system consists of two primary windows. One window is the canvas window, where our patient will be drawing his art. The second window is the settings window. For example, we have the canvas size, we have the brush size, the brush type, the transparency, as well as the colors, the direction that he wants to paint in, and other miscellaneous options.
Now, before we begin explaining our interface, here's a brief slide showing our decision matrix. For our interface, we decided to focus on three main signals. One type is the steady-state evoked visual potential, another is the P300, and lastly, the beta and mu rhythms. The SSVEP signals will allow the selection of a setting. The P300 signals will allow selection of an option within the settings. And the beta and mu rhythms will control the vertical and horizontal movements, as well as diagonal. Now onto the settings window. Again, here are the different options that the user can select as he goes through our paint program. Our first setting, the canvas size, will flash at 13 Hz. Next, the brush size will flash at 16 Hz. Afterwards, the brush type will flash at 19 Hz, and so on and so forth. After a setting has been chosen, the options will begin flashing brightly from left to right and top to bottom. Depending on what the user is looking at, the flash will stimulate the P300 signal and will allow our program to select the option. Here's a demonstration of the options that will flash. Now, after all of the settings have been chosen, the interface will be ready for directional control. The user will have to redirect his or her attention back to the canvas window so that they may begin painting. While the user is painting, the settings frames will continue flashing. This will allow the user to change any settings such as brush type, transparency, and color after they begin painting. And really quickly, the miscellaneous tab will contain options like the redo button, the undo button, zoom in button, zoom out button, a save feature, and the option to pause all of the flashing in the settings window. If the user finds that the flashing in the settings window is too distracting while they paint, they may select the pause button. This will pause all of the flashing in the settings window. And to unpause, the user simply has to refocus on the pause button once more, as it will also flash every 90 seconds to elicit the P300 signal. Now, in case our real-life demo wasn't quite clear, here's a small virtual setup of it. We have the user, the monitors, the electrode cap, and its cables. Now let's take a closer look. Here's a closer look at the canvas window.
So here is a flowchart of our design. As you can see on top, we have the left screen which displays the canvas window and the right screen which displays the different options and frames that the user will select.
And the settings window, which I have just explained. I will now show you guys a sample test run of our interface and paint program.
Hi, my name is Hung. The benefits of our device is that our interface is designed for easy usage, comfortability, and accurate detection of the computer system itself. Overall, the benefits of this device will allow patients to someday create masterpieces that
that can become a source of income by selling or trading their own artwork. They can also become a source of fame by displaying their artwork in art galleries. Ultimately, painting will not only provide the patients with a fun pastime, but also provide them the opportunity to interact with, teach, and connect with others.